we do not have, obviously, Mr. Pender is not able to attend tonight. He is the vice chair. And Mr. Wiley Leonard, who is our chair, is still, he is recovered, and I hope to see him at our next meeting, but he did have a doctor's appointment today at 3:30. So it was going to be kind of a struggle to get here at 5:30. So we are glad to know that he is better and hope to see him at our next meeting. But for the sake of this meeting, I will need the board, those present, to make a motion and have a second to nominate someone to chair the meeting today.
Would you like to do it?
That'll be fine.
I'll nominate Lisa if that's okay. I'll make a motion.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll turn it over to you, Ms. Pierce.
Okay, wonderful. Let's just go ahead and start. First thing is call the meeting to order. So we call this meeting for the Historic District on April 6, 2021 to order. We now also with approval of minutes. So if I can get someone to make a motion to approve the minutes from December 1, please.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, can I
I'll
get a?
second it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. We have a second. All in favor of approving of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposes?
Did we get
Okay.
3 ayes? I didn't hear one, I'm sorry. Just
Oh,
trying to
aye.
make sure. Did you?
Aye, yes.
Sorry, I just want to make sure we had it on the record.
Okay, all right. So, the minutes are approved. We have, approval. Third on the agenda is request for certificate of appropriateness. And so now, Ms. Collins, if you can share with us.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And for those of you that, just before I get into this, Mr. Lockamy is our new member. This is the first time I think we've been able to see face to face, so we welcome you to the commission.
Welcome. sir.
And a little trouble finding location, but I think we've got it from here on out for now until I've been given other direction. We will meet in this room, and the doors into the annex building will be open. Roughly around 5:15 is when we do that, and you will make your way up the elevator to this room. But you can always reach out to me with any questions or if you need help finding something. Would like to welcome Councilmember Taj Pollock. He has been appointed as the ex officio member of our board. Mr. Pollock, or Councilman Pollock, you are able to participate in discussion. However, you do not have a vote when it comes to voting on the matters, but you are welcome to participate, ask questions, and anything like that. And if you have any questions for us or the board members, I can make sure you get a roster and we can go from there.
Thank you.
Thank you. The item you have before you tonight is CA 221. It is a renovation located at 111 North William Street. The property is located on the west side of North William Street between East Mulberry and East Walnut Streets. The property is zoned Central Business District, and it does fall within the Historic District overlay, which is why it's coming before you tonight. The applicant is requesting a certificate of appropriateness to renovate the second floor of an existing office building from an office into a 2-bedroom apartment. The scope of the project consists of the following: raised stick-built roof, architectural roofing shingles to match the existing shingles, installation of hardy plank fiber is a fiber cement wall siding, and 2 new second floor windows to match the existing, which is all compliant within the Historic District guidelines. And the reason it's coming to you before tonight is, per our guidelines, any addition to a building within the Historic District Commission is required to have commission approval. All materials being used do satisfy the Historic District guidelines, and staff does recommend approval of the addition. You have in front of you the floor plan, which is not really, it's there for your information purposes only. This board does not get involved with land uses, just strictly the exterior materials of the addition. So you also have the exterior elevations in your packets, and if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
I'm sure you already know what my one question is going to be, and it's about the windows, because they don't distinctly state what type of material they're using for the windows.
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
they
I
share
think
that
is
with
it on
you?
am not 100% sure of what the existing windows are, but we will make sure that they match the existing, and even if the existing windows are vinyl, let's just go down that road and say they happen to be vinyl. At what point they were put in, I can't do that, but any new windows we will ensure are not vinyl windows.
Okay, I got you.
I can't make them change the existing ones, as it would be a non-conforming kind of situation, but any new ones, we can make sure that if the existing ones are vinyl, we will make sure new ones are not vinyl windows. So it would most likely be aluminum clad or wood windows being installed.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I have a question, if I'm reading it correctly, they're only doing one side, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right there.
I was thinking that'd be awful big if you did both of them.
Yep, so the elevations you see are the front elevation, you see in the rear, but it is only one side, yes, sir.
So I would need, from one of you, a motion to, basically your motion would say, you would like a motion saying that we approve the request that because it meets the guidelines. So we have to do two different motions. The first one would be based on that, you see that number one? So I need one of you to make a motion saying that we would approve, or if you make a motion to not approve, but for this sake, since it looks like it meets the guidelines, I would need one of you to make that motion.
I'll make a motion that it meets the guidelines, I think that's what you need.
And then,
Madam Chair, I have a point of clarification.
yes, sir.
I'm an alternate, so I'm not to vote. Am I
But
correct?
today you are.
Okay.
Anytime you show up and in place of a voting member, then you now become the voting member.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the request because it meets the guidelines. We have a second. So all in favor, say aye or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye. And then any opposes? Okay. It is, basically, we have voted that it does meet the request. The second, motion I need is to issue the certificate of appropriateness.
I motion to issue the certificate of appropriateness.
I need a second.
I'll say.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we have a motion and we also have a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposes or any opposes? All right, then it is approved. Thank you, Ms. Collins. I think that's what you really came for as far as that part, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we have other business. I see your name beside that.
Yeah, at this time, I do not have any other business. Just a reminder that we do meet the first Tuesday of each month. Submittals are due roughly about 4 weeks prior to that meeting date, so we can make sure you're properly informed of the upcoming meetings.
Does anyone else on the board have any discussion, old business, anything, any questions? Yes, sir.
I would just like to thank, having the opportunity to serve on this, committee. I've had the opportunity when I was in Norfolk, Virginia, to serve on the Historic Foundation Committee, also in Savannah, Georgia. Relocated here in Goldsboro to take care of my mom, who's 95 with Alzheimer's. I didn't know what a challenge that was going to be, so this gives me a little break, and I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Again, welcome, welcome. I'm on my second term, so I think I'm the longest standing sitting at the moment, but we have some others that have been here longer. All right, so I guess all we need now is someone to make a motion to adjourn, unless anybody else.
I motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second?
All right, then, all in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the meeting's adjourned.